Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video of an ocean shoreline in acrylic paints. Today we're starting off with a 5x7 panel. This is from Loft, and then we're just starting out with white, yellow, red, blue, and green. Just a few colors that we're going to be mixing on this palette, and then creating a really basic and simple beginner level shoreline. So all of these paints are just student level, and the brush I think is from Loft as well. It's just a small brush for mixing, and then I'll be switching brushes to apply the paint. I'm going to be using an angular brush for that. So these first two colors are going to be a sky pink and a sky blue, and we're just going to be mixing those heavily, going with the white because we're going for a very light and airy vibe today. And we're going to be applying the blue at the top and then blending it into the pink. One note I will make for this entire painting is that I worked pretty quickly. I think the entire thing took me less than an hour, but all of my paints were wet. So while I'm blending them together, all of my paints are wet. I'm not letting it dry in between layers. So just blending in the pink and the blue. I'll go back up and down a few times, and then I will add some white to the bottom to make it lighter towards the horizon. We're going to start mixing up our ocean colors, starting with a light teal color. So we're mixing white, yellow, and blue, and some green all together. For this color, I'm going to be mixing up a few different shades. So some lighter and some darker. And then we're going to be using our angular brush to create a horizon line. We're going to try to make it as straight as possible. And here we're going to be making a little bit darker of a blue to add a little more depth to that horizon. And now we're going to be taking some of that lighter green that we made and starting to slowly bring it down towards the shoreline in kind of a triangular shape. as I'm creating the ocean line, it doesn't have to be a super straight line. You can kind of make it a little bit curvier depending on the wave that you want to create. So here we're going to be taking some white and some yellow and the paint that's already on our brush to create a slightly lighter color, and we're going to start building up some of that sea foam. And then we're going to take some more white and slowly build up a little bit of a lightness. So one thing to note is that I am kind of using a like a dabbing and a skipping motion when I'm creating these, so it looks kind of like choppy and organic in a way. And now I'm going to make an even lighter color and create another layer of water, so one that is rushing up onto the sand. And you can see that I tested that color out, didn't quite like it, so I added more yellow. So that happens quite often. And you can see I decided to change up this color again just to make it be a little bit closer to the sand color that we're going to be doing next, and making it a little bit more muted as well by adding a little bit of red in there. And then we're going to be repeating that same process that we did by taking some white and doing a dabbing and skipping motion onto the edge and just kind of pulling that through. And one important note is that my paints are still wet at this point, so if they were dry you would have a much harder time blending. If you are recreating this at home and your paints have dried, I would just recommend creating an intermediate color. So taking some of that like light teal color that we had created, adding a little bit of white to it, and then putting down a layer of sea foam, and then going in with the white on top. So just kind of creating an intermediate layer to help blend a little bit better. But if your paints are still wet, you can go straight in with the white and it will kind of blend for you. And now we're going to be creating a little bit of a shadow color. And that's going to go under our first wave that we made, and then we're going to blend it into the green. So just a little bit of shadow to show that there is a height difference and a little bit of depth. And this is a very small angular brush that I'm using to blend these two colors together. And next we're going to be making our sand color using white, yellow, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of red. I'm going to mix that up. It's way too red, so we're going to be adding some green to tone that down. And when creating like browns, neutral, sand colors in general, I think I find that it's really just kind of a lot of trial and error. But in general, I find that when it comes to sand, I like to start with a yellow base and then add a lot of white and then kind of mix in that purple color with a little bit of red and blue. And I did put in a little bit too much red, so then muting it down with green. But yeah, in general, that's how I create my sand color. And I'm just gonna apply it here and then add a shadow under the water as well. And that is the final step. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed creating it. It's a really small mini painting, but it was super fun and just a really nice way to get back into filming and recording and posting here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed already, I'd love to have you part of the family. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you want to see from me next. And stay tuned because next week we have a sunrise over a lake and mountain landscape, which I will show a sneak peek in a few seconds. So thank you again for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye everyone.